2024 in many ways felt a lot like last year. While my challenges felt familiar, there was much more preparation to prevent utter disaster. On one hand, misunderstandings and miscommunications put unnecessary barriers between good people, and it wouldn't be a long shot in saying that some barriers may never come down. On the other hand, relationships were tested and persevered, and I feel that these trials made us better people. During the earlier part of my film school experience, I was shown David Foster Wallace's 2005 commencement speech, This is Water.
I am the absolute center of the universe.
A value I got from that speech was to think about the world outside of my perspective. While I may think someone's actions are irrational or selfish, they might be going through the hardest time in their life and maybe they need someone to cut them some slack. I do struggle to maintain that, but I certainly feel that some of the issues that came up this year would have been prevented if this value was much more common in my thinking and others. In last year's video, I said I wanted to make a meaningful last film in film school and to develop the skills to be successful outside of film school, and I believe that happened. While there were a lot of lasts during my final semester, including my last practicum and the last film I directed in film school, a lot of the connections I made are still withstanding, and for that, I am grateful. I've become more involved with helping run conventions in a way that actually utilizes the skills I've learned in film school. Many people leave school without being able to directly work in their field, but I feel like my favorite aspects of film have followed me to my current job. I'm still working to be a better colorist, and I feel more confident in what I do every day. Looking back on other years, it's looking pretty good from up here. One More Time Part 2. This feels like the album equivalent of the film The Gray in terms of balancing entertainment and art. It feels like it caters to frustrated artists that have to live up to a name that no longer represents them, and all they can do now is look back. Helldivers 2. I wish the frustrating parts of the game were less frequent this summer, but when this game is good, it fills me with a sense of pride that few games get to. I didn't think a game could dethrone Deep Rock Galactic for me, but this game did. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You become very aware of the weight of sweets in this world by the opening montage of candy being made, and the film's first song, Candyman. I was skeptical of whether or not I'd ultimately enjoy a musical until this opening performance ends. We see all the kids eating candy, the most important thing in the entire world, and who doesn't get to have any? Charlie. Brilliant from start to finish. The Honey Pepper Pimento Sandwich. All I gotta say is, if you know, you know. Please come back. BoJack Horseman. I wish the last season was different. I wish we had more time to build Diane's final arc. I wish a certain detective duo was written in any other way than they were. I wish they had enough time to flesh it all out as intended. But maybe that's part of the beauty of it. You have people in your life for a short time, but it sure was nice while it lasted. I became friends with Joe White, Nolan North, and Paul Eiding. The King has returned. The King has returned? Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley? Remember December 12th. We finished Creation. Wilson. Did you know I was a colorist? Never meet your hero. The Resident Evil was the friends we made along the way. I stood up. Sound is speeding. Sound is peeing. I am in Logan's world. Alan won. This time. Need two. I need my payday too. And I got engaged. Last year was a big year in film for me because I got over the seemingly high bar of entry for color grading. I color graded 8 films throughout the year, and while each film became a landmark in my growth as a colorist, they also facilitated unique relationships between myself and a variety of directors. To each director that gave me the chance to work with you, thank you. At the beginning of the year, Logan and I finalized Creation, the basis of my creative journey in color correcting and color grading. In Waiting in the Wings, I worked closest to Thane in production and Logan in post-production, but plenty of my film school friends aided in the making of that film. On Make Mary Be Glad, I got to work with Rudolph, Pete, Erica, Madeline, Thane, and Logan. On Claymates, I was able to gaff with confidence with Bryce and Zoe. And for an ad, I got to work with Jackson, Anna, and Van. What a journey this year has been.
Can I come?
People keep asking who the big loser this year is, and I haven't really had an answer. For those who don't know, the Big Loser Award is given to the person who had the biggest impact on me. Irregardless to if they've won before, I give this to the person who really made a difference in my life. So, The winner of the Big Loser Award is... Molly Kate Townshend, will you marry me?
Suddenly appear every time you are near, just like me, they long to be close to you.
Yeah, I can't wait for this to be outdated in a month when your name changes. In years past, I used this tradition to acknowledge my achievements and friendships. This has given me great pride in what I can do successfully, but it also leaves me in a bad state when I'm unsuccessful. I'm tired of feeling bad about myself because I didn't succeed the way I wanted. I'm not my successes, but my failures as well. Next year, I want to find pride in trying new things with my friends and learning, not just focusing on winning all the time. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, and Merry Christmas.